Hello, my name is Derek Dorman, and today I will present a workforce development system model for Anthony, New Mexico. Because Anthony is a small border community without a large local training infrastructure, workforce mobility depends heavily on regional institutions, state coordination, and federal workforce policy. This presentation explains how those layers interact to shape employment pathways for residents. Anthony is located in Doña Ana County and functions as part of the El Paso Regional Labor Market rather than as a standalone workforce center. Residents often rely on nearby cities for training and employment access, which makes transportation and regional coordination especially important. The community's poverty rate is estimated between 23 and 25%, higher than the national average, increasing reliance on publicly supported workforce programs to support mobility and credential attainment. Anthony has a population of roughly 8,700 residents and reflects workforce patterns common to rural border communities. Educational attainment levels are lower than national average, particularly at the bachelor's degree level, which increases the importance of certificate programs and short-term workforce training. Employment in the region is concentrated in logistics, services, and cross-border trade connection to the Santa Teresa corridor. These conditions shape both workforce demand and program design. Because Anthony has limited local training infrastructure, workforce services are delivered primarily through regional providers. Workforce Connection of Southern New Mexico provides career counseling, job placement support, and training referrals through the American Job Center network. The New Mexico Department of Workforce Solutions coordinates statewide workforce programs and labor market information. Doña Ana Community College provides technical certificates aligned with employer demand, while New Mexico State University Extension supports workforce readiness initiatives across the region. Most residents enter the workforce system through the American Job Center network, which connects participants to Employment Services and Workforce Innovation and Opportunity Act funded training opportunities. Short-term technical certificates at Doña Ana Community College represent one of the most accessible credential pathways. Employer-driven training connected to logistics corridor industries also creates direct entry into stable regional employment. Apprenticeship and state-supported skill development programs provide additional pathways into higher wage occupations. Several structural barriers affect workforce participation in Anthony. The limited number of training institutions located within the community increases reliance on regional providers. Transportation access remains a major constraint for residents traveling to training sites. Lower regional wage levels may reduce incentives to produce additional credentials, and limited awareness of available programs can further restrict participation. Educational attainment gaps also affect access to advanced training pathways. The workforce system serving Anthony operates through coordinated federal, state, regional, and education level partnerships. At the federal level, where the Workforce Innovation and Opportunity Act provides funding and program structure through the Department of Labor. At the state level, the New Mexico Department of Workforce Solutions manages workforce services and labor market alignment. Regionally, the South Central Workforce Development Board and Workforce Connection of Southern New Mexico coordinate service delivery. Education providers support credential pathways aligned with employer demand in the Santa Teresa logistics corridor. Several policy frameworks shape workforce service delivery in the community. The Workforce Innovation and Opportunity Act provides the primary funding structure supporting training and employment services. The American Job Center network connects job seekers to coordinated workforce resources. At the state level, the Department of Workforce Solutions aligns training programs with labor market needs, while regional workforce boards ensure responsiveness to employer demand across southern New Mexico. Overall, workforce services in Anthony are delivered primarily through regional institutions supported by state coordination and federal funding. Community college certificate programs provide practical entry-level pathways, while employer demand from the Santa Teresa corridor shape training alignment across the system. This layered structure allows workforce mobility despite the limited number of institutions located directly within the community. The workforce system benefits from strong employer demand in logistics and trade industries near Santa Teresa. Accessible certificate pathways at Doña Ana Community College support entry into these sectors. Statewide coordination through the Department of Workforce Solutions improves alignment between training programs and labor market needs. Federal funding through Workforce Innovation and Opportunity Act programs further strengthens service access across the region. Opportunities remain to strengthen workforce access in Anthony. Transportation limitations continue to affect participation in regional training programs. The small number of workforce institutions located directly within the community increases dependence on outside providers. Lower regional wage growth may affect long-term retention, and increasing awareness of available workforce programs could improve participation rates. Expanding local service delivery capacity would further strengthen workforce mobility for residents. Thank you for taking the time to listen to my presentation on the workforce development systems in Anthony, New Mexico. Please find enclosed my reference slide. Thank you for your time.